Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about who we truly think is a bourbon influencer. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests Ryan Thompson, Tim Swyatt, and Kathy Cool.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
What's happening, everyone? What's happening?
Hello. So yeah, we're going to be talking about this concept of an influencer, which is a self-identifying title for the most part, and I don't think there's a whole lot to it. In many cases, it's they get free stuff and they hold bottles in the air, and that's it. So we're going to talk about that and what we think. Some people who truly are bourbon influencers, people who might make you want to go to a place that you haven't gone before, try a different whiskey that you haven't tried before. That's really what an influencer should be. So we'll talk about that. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Ryan said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, when this show releases, it's August 14th, it looks like, and I think the Olympics have probably just wrapped up. Aside from the clusterfuck of an opening they had, we don't even need to get into that. I'm just wondering if people are still watching the Olympics out there. As a kid, I was into them. I loved them. As an adult, I don't really watch them a whole bunch. What are you guys doing? You guys watching them? You guys into it? You guys concerned about the medal count? What's going on there?
Yes, I watched the Olympics when we talked about this on another show too. Not that you're wrong for doing, you weren't on that show, but I like having it kind of on as background noise. It's going when the Olympics are on, the TV's on, and check in from time to time. I don't know that I'm intensely watching it the whole time, but I do like watching some of that. I like the medal counts. I'm USA proud. I want USA to win. So and then there's still there's the bad guys too. What's kind of cool, it's like a movie with good guys and bad guys. You got the ones that tend to cheat on things. So I like when we beat. I don't care about some countries that we beat, but if we beat the China or Russia, the ones that have been known to bend the rules a little bit, that means something to me. It's like that makes USA proud that when we beat them. So hopefully we're always playing by the rules and just beating them based on athletic skill. If we're cheating, then I don't like that either. We shouldn't be cheating. Lance Armstrong, I'm talking to you. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. I got mad at people in France would be, Lance Armstrong would be leading and people would line up on the streets and spit at him. And I would think, you disgusting pigs. This man is winning, and you hate him because he's an American and he's winning. If he was, from France, you'd love the guy. And then when he found out he's actually cheating, then I was pissed. I was like, "That's ridiculous." I'd like to spit on
and all the cyclists. That's a whole nother
I know. I'd like to spit on him. Actually, that's not right. That's not right. I don't like that.
But if everybody's cheating, does that change things?
No.
No, it doesn't. Yeah,
he's just a better cheater. They were all doping.
Yeah.
He's just a better doper.
He was a better doper. Huh.
The dog also hates Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
The dog is definitely putting his
Not a
opinion
Lance
out there.
Armstrong
Too.
fan.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I do like the other oddball games. So like you can finally get some good handball. And I'm not, all you chucklers out there. That is actually a sport that is very fun to watch, and that is intense.
I saw a badminton rally today just on socials. That was incredible.
I saw the same one, the men and women one.
It's insane.
It's wild.
Yes.
I've never watched badminton until that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's intense.
That's
It
the
is
craziest part about the Olympics is these sports that, just to be fair, okay, I'm just going to be fair. I'm not a bully necessarily, but like sports that you probably, not necessarily me, but some of us would have been making fun of people for in high school.
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, synchronized swimming is fucking weird, okay?
Yes, it is.
Fucking weird. I don't care who you are. Synchronized swimming is weird. And if someone told me they're a synchronized swimmer, I would say that person is weird. I'm just going to say that. And a lot of these sports, you're like, what the fuck? What sport are they doing? And you're like, I've never met someone who does that sport.
Right.
I don't know any synchronized swimmers. I don't know any water poloists. I don't know any badmintoners. I don't know.
You may. They're just too embarrassed to say.
I hope they are. They shouldn't. I don't want to know about it until I find out they're in the Olympics. I don't want to know about that sport until I know that you're good enough to go to the Olympics. And then after you win, I don't want to hear about it again.
And some great ping pong rallies too. I think are happening. So,
The ping pongers.
Because
Ping
very
pongers?
impassioned, telling your story and Ryan just randomly
perchance?
sound bites.
I mean, all of these are just like there's something. You're like, and then you start watching them, and you're like, why the hell am I watching this?
Right.
And you're like, this
There's
is and
something
like
better than
the
the early heats, though.
what
those
about
early
the fucking the
Archery?
gymnastic one where they're like throwing a ball in the air and like they've got like a
gymnastics. With the ribbons and everything.
yeah, and then like they have a ball that
that's
they throw in the
stupid.
air and like or a
Stupid.
ribbon or like a stick, and I'm like, what the
It's
fuck
dumb.
is?
Though I want USA to win, but I think it's.
And I want to win,
I'm still Team USA, but yeah.
but it's weird.
It's a dumb sport. Yes.
Yeah,
A lot of them are weird.
Yeah.
I don't get the Olympics in my house. I don't have that streaming service. So last night I was bellied up to a bar with multiple TVs and I got to watch judo. And I was like, that is roughhousing.
It's still just roughhousing.
It's roughhousing.
It's just
Feels
roughhousing.
roughhousing, but yes.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid and you grab your opponent, your brother, your sister, whatever, by the shirt, and you're roughhousing, and then someone falls down or gets a foot to the crotch,
Yeah.
and that's a
They
point.
trip them. They literally trip
trip
them. They
'em.
put their foot behind the other one and like trip them
Yeah.
to the
They
ground.
do the old foot behind.
And then at some
trick.
point, you get down on the floor in child's pose. And I'm like, oh, well, that's when someone's yelling for mom. That's when you're done. You're like, okay, I'm ducking and covering. I'm done.
Okay.
So, yeah, so they have Olympic roughhousing. It just goes by the name judo.
All right.
And I got to watch the water polo. And, yeah.
Water polo. Not much to
Well,
watch.
the real
here,
game
so
of
far.
water polo is what's going on underneath the water.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see guys punching each other in the nuts, grabbing their
There's
suits
nuts.
off and stuff. It's
Nuts.
brutal.
Yeah.
That's why
Listen,
I love the
I'm
early
not saying that
heats
these
on
things are not hard. I'm just saying they're weird.
They are
Right.
weird. But you got to
What
watch
about beach
it early.
volleyball? Beach volleyball.
Beach
is a
volleyball is
national
top notch.
treasure. Yes.
100%.
That
That's
should be
must-see
more
TV.
dedicated to that than the stupid, so much gymnastics and stuff. It needs to be more beach volleyball.
Yes.
What do you guys think about surfing being an Olympic sport?
I think it's
I was
cool.
going to bring that up.
I think that's.
Well, you have
I think that
surfing
makes
and you have
sense.
breakdancing. This year.
Breakdancing. Yeah, that's not the
Breakdancing?
breakdancing. Yeah, they got
Yes.
breakdancing.
That's
Yes.
weird.
If
That's
it was
weird.
1986, okay, well,
Breakdancing is
do
weird.
people still breakdance? I didn't
Surfing
know.
makes sense, and skateboarding also makes sense because those are two like cool. Like I mean,
Right,
I
right.
mean, snowboarding's in the Winter Olympics, so why
Sure.
would surfing and skateboarding not be in it?
Yeah.
Breakdancing, you say?
That's
You gotta
strange.
love the surfing guys, and I'm like, I keep on mentioning these early heats because that's when all the shenanigans happen. So the one guy, the one top surfer who's the most one to win is trying to get through this first wave to get into the finals. He's swimming out there on the board, and then here's the guy who's at the back end of it, at the end, swimming with his ass cheeks hanging out, with his suit down. And it's all on worldwide TV and stuff. Or the diving when the guys, I feel bad for the ladies. When the guys completely screw it up and they belly flop and stuff, I'm all for it. Give me all the early stuff where these guys try all their life and they're like, this up and just completely fail. I love that shit.
You love the fails.
I love the fails, all the jokes that go on, all the crazy stuff that happens. But yeah, they put shots of water polo. You're gonna see a lot of blurred stuff going on if they don't catch it in time. There's a lot of things flying around under that water. It's very
yeah. Not only do you have to love the sport itself and the fact of the triumph over, you're not representing a team. Most of these are individual, and you're identified as the best in the world. It's such a neat thing, and these people dedicate their whole lives to this. Yep. It's just the Olympics are special, and then you combine that with the coverage that includes human interest stories. Everybody has a story, and
Snoop Dogg. Who doesn't love Snoop Dogg this year?
And you got Snoop Dogg,
and Flava Flav with the water polo team.
What?
Flava, you know that one?
I didn't see that. He was there.
Oh, no. So one of the girls from the water polo team posted on Instagram about how difficult it is to get sponsored because you have to be sponsored to go to the Olympics. And she said it's really hard for them. And so a lot of these like literal Olympic athletes are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to pay for themselves to get over there. And so she just like posted about that, and Flava Flav commented on it and said, I will be your team sponsor this year. My manager's going to get in touch with you guys. Just tell me everything that you need and I'll take care of it. And he has. And not only that,
Flav.
And so not only that, but he's there. He's like wearing the fucking
Flavor Flav.
the thing on his head, and he's got an Olympic clock. And he just said, like, I've got daughters, and I want them to know that, like they'll get supported if they want to play women's sports.
Excellent.
Is he wearing a swim cap or
a swim cap? He's wearing an actual swim cap. He actually went out and trained with them just to see if he could do it at all. And it's actually been one of the coolest stories out there is Flava Flav sponsoring the women's
I may do this with the beach volleyball
team.
girls. I may step up.
Sure you
get out there with them.
Nobody wants to sponsor those girls.
Yeah.
Haley, you're going to have to wear a 2-piece bikini.
Yeah.
Careful what you
For what it's worth, the women's water polo team, those ladies can throw down because
they're supposed to be really, really good.
No, I kid you not. On one of my business trips, I want to say it was the 2004 Olympics. I closed down Bandera on a Sunday night in Corona del Mar, California, and I'm trying to find the bar across the street. We ended up going across the street, and the women's water polo team was training in Newport Beach. We closed that bar down at 4 a.m. It was absolutely bonkers.
Nice.
It's crazy. Those ladies can throw down. Kudos to the women's water polo team. I'm with you.
Water polo, whether it's men or women, they're tremendous athletes because they don't touch the bottom. They're swimming the whole time.
Same with synchronized swimming, but once again, it's weird.
No. It's weird.
I can't think when that Saturday Night Live skit with Martin Short. Anytime I think of synchronized swimming, check that out on YouTube if you haven't seen that.
Will Ferrell in Old School doing rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We are going to start this time with the lovely Miss Beka Sue.
Oh, I've got, I don't think I'm going to win this time because this one looks like it's probably been opened more recently, but I've got some Blue Run here, one of their first releases. Okay. Actually, the one they won with that first year.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's nice. I've got
gotcha.
Yeah, I've got Ozarks Planters from Demetrius. This is the Jim Fosnot tribute one, aka the old grandpa's truck. So let's see what we got here. Oh,
that was nice.
That's now called the lead right now.
That was nice.
Yeah. All right. We'll have Tim go next. I'd like to keep that lead for a little bit here. So
yes, you'll like keep it going for a while. I've got some 10th Mountain. From the ABV Barrel Shop, still working on there. Autographed prize possession by the billionaire Ryan Thompson. Nice. So we'll see how this goes. Slide on the set.
No.
Beautiful.
Oh. All right, Ryan, you're next, man.
There's doing a little Eagle River whiskey. Some guys right down the road from us have opened up shop and are doing a little blended malt whiskey here. So let's see what they got.
We heard it. It's not enough though. I've still got the lead. Kathy,
I'm proud of myself, though. I'm proud of myself.
You're doing better. You're doing better. Buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
I am going to open up. This could be getting down to close to last show. So
That's last show pour.
and it's a big cork, hard truth. So probably going to keep your lead there, Steve.
Okay.
Wow.
That was not bad for hard truth, actually. And again, they usually have their natural corks. They usually are great on the first cork pop, then terrible. I didn't like the squeak there with yours, Kathy, but the pop wasn't bad. But
You did get a bottle kill.
I went. She did the bottle. She killed the bottle. So, yeah.
That's a hard one to get all that out of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gone now. Shaped like a casket. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about some people we think truly are bourbon influencers. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. McNeil, what did you say you wanted?
A Jaguar tequila.
Why?
It's so because it's pretty. It's like I don't think it's a decanter, but it's a bottle. It is fucking 3 feet long. It's in the display case. You have to ask for them to unlock for you. It's $300, and I'm like, it's so pretty. It looks like a whole big ass cat. There's probably shitty tequila inside of it, but it's a tequila Jaguar, and I fucking want it. I want it so bad.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about real bourbon influencers.
Yes, we are. So, I would say what should be the definition of a bourbon influencer is someone who, by a post that they make or a recommendation, is a call to action, gets people to go out and do things. I don't think that that's the case with most people who are bourbon influencers. I could care less. These people who identify as bourbon influencers and holding up bottles, and never one time have I been like, holy shit, that is a good photo. I'm going to buy that one. So I want to talk about the people where I do see something posted. I'm like, I'm interested in it. Has anybody got anybody they think is truly an actual real bourbon influencer, someone that might make you interested in something?
Steve Akeley.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Number one. You took the words right out of my mouth, Becca.
I appreciate that.
Great, show's over. guys.
Trust
That was a
your
good one.
recommendation, Steve.
Well, that's nice. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't ever
trust
get
in company
recognized.
that's suited.
Yeah, the fact you don't ever get recognized is stupid, but I actually trust your recommendations because you can be bought and paid for, but in general, you'll still at least be honest.
Right. Yeah. I would say one of my most recent accomplishments was that Leopold 8-year that's finished in 3-chamber. I can't believe how many people have tried that after I said it was good and stuff like that. I mean, which is fantastic. I'm not lying. I don't get anything from Leopold. I met Todd Leopold. I don't even have his phone number. So I don't. I'm just saying I like it because I actually like it. So yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. But
Yeah,
I
the
appreciate
problem
that.
is most of these people are, I mean, they're getting paid or whatever for all their,
I thought
their
about that,
reviews
too.
and stuff like that.
Right.
Think about some people in the industry who are truly, they're employed by a distiller, but they do their own content. I would
Yes.
put Beth Burrows out there.
Okay. Now you're on the line that I was thinking of. I've got two
Yeah.
along that line. So Beth wasn't on there, but that's a good one. I agree with that. Beth should be on that
I
list.
think Beth
I
does a
like
tremendous
Jackie's.
job of honest stuff that she does, and I think she does a great job on it. She's fun to follow.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I
Kathy.
like Jackie's posts.
Yeah. Definitely. She's not as focused on the bourbon stuff as some of the other ones. She has a whole life that she opens up to us, hiking and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, when she has made bourbon related posts, I've been interested in those things she's talked about for sure.
I
go ahead.
trust Michael Veach's his bourbon of the month.
I do too.
I go.
I trust
okay.
Veach.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust Michael Veach when he puts something out there and is gonna I don't want to say promote, but he's just gonna say that it's good.
Yeah.
Like what his review is of it, because
Yeah.
he's also not gonna just drag something to drag it.
No.
Which some people do, which I think is also bullshit. I think that if you don't like it, then just don't post a review or don't say
Exactly.
terrible, horrible things about don't destroy a company
Yes.
because you feel
It's not
like
for
it,
you.
and it's a Tuesday and it's fun for you and you think it's going to be funny to say some really shitty stuff about it and people are going to listen. That to me is that's a toxic influencer.
Right.
But either just be oh, this one wasn't exactly for me, whatever. You can still make a post about it and say that you're not necessarily a fan without completely dragging it through the dirt.
Yep.
But I like more of the positivity and just don't talk about it if it's not your thing, and then you're not promoting it at all,
Yeah.
but you're also not dragging it through the mud.
Yeah. Here's a couple that I had that because I follow their social media, and again, if they say something, now the first one is going to be more along the lines of places to go, but Bernie Lubbers, he posts a lot, and if he's like, hey, this is a cool place or whatever, and he shares some photos, and I'm like, damn, that's on my to-do list now. That's an influencer. He's causing me to make a list and keep track of something that I want to do down the road. And then another one, again, affiliated with a brand, Barry Brinegar. The guy does a lot of different things. He also buys whiskey outside of his brand. He's not he only is drinking RD1 because he's RD1 guy. No, he drinks everything. So he's to me, he's a true influencer because, he's not just talking about his own brand. He's talking about what he likes, and I think that's cool, and I trust what he does, and so to me, those are a couple examples of some true influencers in my world.
You guys ever come across the Whiskey Vault guys down there in Austin?
The Whiskey Ball? No.
Whiskey Vault, yeah. Daniel, I forget his.
Oh, the Whiskey
Oh.
Vault? Yeah, those guys, yeah.
Didn't they break up or something?
Did they? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think they did. I think they started a brand and then they couldn't do the brand, and I think one does the brand now and one does the social media stuff. And
Is that right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I just have a big problem with most of these whiskey influencers because they're only influenced by things that are from Buffalo Trace
Right.
or from MGP, and I just feel like that's the only flavor profile that they tend to enjoy, and if that's not the flavor profile that something is, then they pretty much try to say it's not bourbon almost, or they talk shit about it, and to me that's not like you're not an influencer because you don't know anything.
Right.
Like you're just kind of a fucking idiot. If the only bourbons that you can find enjoyable are just anything from Buffalo Trace or just Four Roses, Blanton's, whatever, like then to me you're just kind of like, just shut up. Like you're kind of a fucking idiot. Like I've seen on some of these pages where people are like, oh, I just can't handle any of like, I'm not even gonna say the brand, but there's some Texas distilleries that they'll talk about like, oh, yuck, ew, yuck, it's just so craft, it's too craft, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you need to learn how to appreciate craft if you're gonna be an influencer, and also understand that like things don't all taste things taste different. Not everything's made on a fucking column still.
Right.
And like learn to expand your palate a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you have a very limited palate if the only thing that you're going to enjoy is just MGP, Buffalo Trace, whatever. Like to me, it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Could you be more of a caricature of a bourbon drinker?
Exactly. Exactly. Right. You're just a tater. You're just like, you don't know anything. Right. Like you're an idiot. If you're like, it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't really taste like Blanton's to me. Wow. Good job. You're so fucking good at what you. It's not really comparable. What's my favorite? Basil Hayden. Oh wow. Yeah. Good for you. You're really hitting it out of the park, buddy.
Well, expanding your horizons there.
Yeah, you're really doing a good job by finding some more E.H. Taylor, and you found another Elijah Craig. Like I just like those people. Like it's boring. Like those are so boring now. I like Elijah Craig. I like Wild Turkey. I like all those things. I don't like Russell's for whatever reason, but I just do not like Russell's. But like, I just think it's like, okay, yeah, cool. Another review about a huge fucking brand that we've seen thousands upon thousands of times. Like, whoop-de-fuck.
Right.
Do a review about something that is not heard of, that maybe you can learn to expand your palate with.
Yeah.
So.
I got a question. We got a couple people with brands around here that's on this podcast. You see it in restaurants where I'm an influencer, so I'm going to get you so many likes, but you're going to copy my dinner, this, that, and then go to these restaurants that have this whole experience and fake it all up. Do you see any of that coming in distilleries at all? Where somebody's like, hey, by the way, then you can copy these bottles, this, that, and the other?
Yes.
I don't know if I'd ever ask that unless I knew for sure that everybody knew what was going into it. Because yes, I run a virtual event that does ask for bottles. It's part of that process and everything like that, and we try to work through it all and whatever it may be. But I would never go and ask unless they know what they were getting into.
We have people that ask stuff like that all the time. They like ask for free bottles or ask for like, oh, send me bottles and I'll review them for you. And it's like, I don't need you to review it for me, for one. Right. Who are you? Now I have on occasion had some people like reach out on Instagram. There's one in particular, this lady came in and she bought a bottle of our absinthe and she really liked it. And she's like, hey, I'm going to come back down and like, I do make some content and I was just wondering if I could like get a bottle for like a discount or anything like that. Cause I'm going to post it a bunch. And I looked through her page. She did not have she had like 3,000 people that followed her. So that's not a big following at all. But I did enjoy her posts and how she edited things. And so I sold her a bottle for half off just because I could. I could have given her one for free, I guess, if I wanted to, but I didn't.
It wasn't coming in assumed.
Yeah, she asked if we would do anything for her because she was putting a lot of time into her videos that she was making. Like it was not just like here's a crotch shot picture, like here's one picture over here. Like she was doing an entire video and it looked really nice, and so she's putting time into it, and so I sold her a bottle for like half price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim, we get asked a bunch just through socials. I don't think anybody's ever come in person in the taste room and said, hey, I got 100,000 followers, or I'll sit here and post something while I'm having a cocktail at your place. I don't think if it has, I don't hear about it. Everyone knows the right answer to that is charge them double. So, yeah. But on occasion, right, like what Beka Sue's saying, if they have a nice curated page, if they're passionate about it, if they're not just posting one-off pics or stupid pit, whatever, then I'm open to chatting with them about it and putting it out there and giving them a bottle or giving them a 50 mil or half off a bottle or something. So,
and they're polite about it and they don't seem like entitled.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst kind of influencers, ones who are just like super entitled to everything and like expect stuff for free. That's such a minimal part of our business is stuff that influencers like send our way, like because it just is like because we're on this interstate and so people just stop here because they're in Kentucky, so they want to go to distillery,
Right.
like we do get some from like that kind of stuff, but like it's not like we're not like holy shit we better make sure the influencers are happy with us. We don't want to be mean to them, obviously, that's not what I'm saying at all, but like we're not like pandering, we're not pandering to the influencers because it's just not our like.
Well, and you're also not held hostage to that type of segment of the market.
Right. Here's an annoying thing, though, when you do have these businesses, and I've already dealt with it multiple times. I'm sure Neely's dealt with it, and maybe Ryan, maybe not. I don't know. But you're standing in your place, and here comes someone with a camera, and they're not calling and say, "Hey, I'm coming in. I want to record." They're coming in and recording. And to put it out there, and you're in a bad spot because if you're like, hey, get that, what are you doing? Get the hell out of here! Yeah, that's going to go on this video that they're going to promote and say you're a tool. So you gotta just kind of roll with it. But in no other world can you go walking in and start filming people in a store and the people of it, and that's part of what their content that they're getting ready to learn. And they may be doing it live. You don't know what the hell's going on. Is this a streaming thing? And we've had that happen like 3 times where people have walked in with the camera and they're just recording.
They don't have to get a signature from you to release your.
That is something they are supposed to do.
They're supposed to do, yes.
Technically, yes. That is what you're supposed to do if you're putting it on like things that you're getting paid for and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
But they don't.
We've had people do that. We do have the huge signs up now that say absolutely no video recording. Which we can be like, no video recording, thanks.
Right.
But yeah, I've had people like come in or like someone like done a tasting and they're like, hey, can we do a video with you guys now? And it's like, what? And you're like, what do you mean? And then like, it's like you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's a whole weird thing. And you're like, what the fuck is this? All right, no, I need you to say this for me a few times. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Oh God. But we haven't had it too bad, I guess, but it definitely happens.
Yeah. Well, anything like that ever happened to you, Ryan?
People are in town, and we're in Bridge Street, right in Vale Village, and people are up and down Vale Village with cameras frequently. Right. People come in like with their cell phone camera, video, and pictures and all. And we're just do your thing, whatever.
Right, sure.
I hope for the best. I always, try to think in my mind that they're going to post positive things about us. It's not going to be a negative thing, and so I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want to do, I guess. So. I mean, it happens for sure. It's just part of it being in a public place and doing what we're doing and consumer facing businesses, right? So
yeah, but it would just be nice if you're one of those quote unquote self-identifying influencers to send a note. Hey, to send an email. Hey, I'm going to be coming in Friday at about 4:00. I'll be recording because it's part of the thing. I just record as I enter the store and all that. I'd be fine with it, but just to come in, camera going, and the interview starting. Yeah.
Where that happens a lot at is a Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Because that fucking place is
it's all influencers and stuff there, yeah.
With influencers. And you have no idea what anyone's actual name is.
Right.
And they expect you to know what their name is for some reason. But you're like, isn't your name like whiskey drinking dude 27? Like, I don't know what your name is. I have no idea who you are. And like, it's just weird. And like, but everywhere at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival are influencers doing their little, like, they have their tiny little microphone and they're going up and like doing little interviews.
Oh, yeah.
And like, they're just like coming up and doing stuff. The only one that was nice, was the Colby guys, the Kobe guys. Like they had like actual like nice video that they took, and it wasn't like of us talking. It was just like a nice like video. They had like Papa in it. They did like nice like actual good video footage, and so I enjoyed their stuff. But that's the only one.
That was almost embarrassing out of there because there was one where like a number of all these self-titled influencers are all taking selfies of each other, taking all selfies of each other in like a circle and everything like that. It's like, oh my God, just what are you trying to do here? And if somebody's paid for that, I'm like, well, it's like I don't need this.
Oh yeah, you should. Were you there, Tim?
No, I was not. I saw it all on social media. Just
Oh,
flipping through my
you
feed.
should have
I'm like,
seen it
who
in
am I
person.
unsubscribing from? Who am I unfollowing? Basically.
Yeah, you should have seen it in person. It was like, okay, this is weird, and it's like,
I get it.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, what do you even do?
Yeah,
Right.
what
Like-
value are you providing?
Like, you don't. I mean, like, I get content is like the thing these. I mean, we're providing content right now, and I get that, but it was just like, okay, like, are you guys trying to talk to people who actually like are making this stuff, or are you guys just going around with each other and like judging stuff and like, I don't know. It was just weird. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of creepy.
You want some real entertainment that really just shakes your head. You're like, God, we're doomed. If you have any nieces and nephews aged 7 or younger, and you see they're back to school, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you see how many people say influencer. These kids.
Really?
Oh my God.
They think it's a path that they're going to do this, and I'm going to create content. I got to create content right now. And all these parents are doing this stuff with these kids who are underage. They're getting paid whatever. It's just one of my own nieces wants to be a YouTube influencer, and she's done it like 3 years in a row on that little board that they put up every time. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, can somebody get involved here? Can somebody say something?
We need plumbers.
You don't do anything.
We need plumbers.
We need electricians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we need people to dig holes. We need people to do this, the trades.
We need steel workers. We need painters. We need people that actually do things.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's just to me, it's just like it's frustrating. You look at it, I'm like, oh my God.
It is. It is. So, but there you go. There's a little bit on some influencers, some people that we respect, and
We just talk shit for the last 10 minutes. Some people we respect talk shit for 10
there's something
minutes.
there. But there's plenty that we don't like. And there's way more bad ones than good ones. It's like whiskey distilleries. There's way more bad ones than good ones. But when you find the good ones, cherish them. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me putting out very little content, actually, on Instagram. KK Castro.
All right, Tim.
You can find me also putting out very binary and basic content because I don't care. I just like having it out there. So I Guy 2112 on Instagram and then YouTube at our flagship whiskey.
All right. Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, but I haven't posted a post on Instagram in a year, so maybe I should do that.
Maybe you're out. You're just out.
Yikes. I still got 5,000 followers, Steve, 5,700, so I guess I'm still doing okay, but...
Still doing okay. Yeah. All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy, the place where you can make an informed decision about your whiskey purchase by tasting it. How about that? How cool is that? Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing with you, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang fartings. We have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.